All right, hello everyone. We are going to live stream a few holes. I figured why not. I have already played the front nine. It hasn't been going so well, and just figured, let's jump on here, show you guys a couple things here, see if we can't get things jump started for the back nine. So I'm gonna have to put up a pretty big number on the back nine. My front nine went just horrendous. So let's see. Looks like we got a couple people in here. Probably surprised to see me going live. It's been forever since I've been live. Let's see if I can get rid of that. Thanks for checking out, guys. We're gonna get started here with the back nine in the expert division. I've been playing like crap on the front nine. Hopefully we can jumpstart things a little bit. Yep, Ken, I'm live. So let's see what I can do here. I'm going to show you guys some shots. Hopefully I can get a few things to go my way. We'll see. So hope does anybody else in here have some expert accounts that they still have to do? The shot I've been going here is a movie ball off the rough with a QB, and I've had really good success. Not necessarily with this hole, but just in general, I've had pretty good success. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. I knew you guys wouldn't expect me to go live, and hopefully we can jumpstart our round a little bit. I didn't do very well on the front nine here, so hopefully things go a little bit better. Steve Taylor, how's it going? So what I usually do here is I usually play it out to the right a tad bit, kind of like this. So you can see how I'm kind of intentionally aiming to the right of the hole. And then I play it pretty spot up rings aside from that. So, 6.1. Perfect ball. Let's see if I can't get some magic here. Looks pretty good. Not quite. Very close. So that's basically the moral of how this round has gone for me so far. In case you guys are wondering, everything is just not really going my way in this round. I have 14 under on the front. We're working through the back. Hole one here. You can see movie ball. Oh no. Oh man. So hate to see that happen. And I would have, even worse, I would have given him a stroke had my ball gone in. So thanks, guys. Thanks. Appreciate you guys showing up. I'm going to see if we can't, jumpstart things here with a little bit of magic on the back nine in this round. Could have really used that stroke right there. 2 for 1. I would have helped my opponent there, because you could have, I would have never thought that he was going to miss that. It was just an unlucky break right there, and I would have, helped him out there. Unlucky. So, but nevertheless, let's get rid of some things here. We're going to go to 2. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I usually play this with a puck if I can. Otherwise, I'll play a Thor's Hammer and a Royal Ball. So the new Royal Balls. This bracket's not too bad so far. It's 30 under. But I have all tiebreakers. I shot 34 in my opener, and it's just not going well for me. With missing that, there's no way I'm going to get back to that number. It's just not in the cards for me on this round. So we're just going to see if we can, put some things together here and go for 16 on this back. When I have downwind like this, one of the things that I like to do is I like to, if you guys have a POC 5, I like to take off just a tiny bit because it is downwind. You can see kind of what I'm using with my curl. I've noticed that missing right can be favorable, so let's see if I get... when you miss left, I've been noticing that it checks up a little bit more. Get off. Keep going. So what I've been noticing on this hole, if you do miss right, it does usually consistently roll through. But I've had some mixed success towards the hole. I've had ones that were almost going to go in, and then with the exact same shot, it'll just get stuck in the rough. And I haven't had it sticking in the rough as much when I go to the right. So this is one of the things that I noticed, that I've almost been starting to cheat on the right side there. You can see me great balling to the right because of all that. And the pitch from the back of the green, I'll show you. I'm sure some of you guys probably rapier it. I don't like the front spin too much for the most part, especially when we're in here tight. I really like the accuracy on, I think right now my M-bringer's at 95, so I really like just, honing in on my wind adjustment and just kind of, putting that third hole right on the hole, kind of like this. And if you're inside right, especially as close as I am, that it's never going to, miss on the right side. So, and, just putting that backspin on, that's just kind of the way that I like to do it, as opposed to, relying, especially on holes with hills. So, if there's slope, undulation to a green, really don't like the top spin shot. I would probably do it here from the rough, like my opponent, and just one hop it off the fairway. But also, I might just hit it just onto the front of the green here as well, because, just trusting the way that it's going to bounce off a fairway can be iffy. And the great ball usually is what ends up costing you. And there we see unfortunate. So my opponent's having very bad luck here early on. And I missed a lot of the chat, but I noticed that you were kind of talking to yourself. So yeah, Legends right now, they're building back up. If you guys want to find the Legends group, it's called Legends Temporary Group. You guys can find it and they'll add you, or I'll add you, one or the other. But if you guys haven't noticed, we did start Learn or Burn as well. So that's more of more of just educational group, kind of like university is. So highly recommend that one as well to you guys. And for hole 3 here, what I usually do is I've been doing quarterback off the tee. So quarterback and B52 is kind of what I've been doing. Kingmaker ball. And just kind of relying on solid ring play more than anything. There I did get a cat card. It's nice to see. Appreciate you guys being here and checking things out. I knew you probably didn't expect me to go live here, and that's why I just kind of, spur of the moment did it. So hopefully I can put together, a couple quality shots for you guys. A little unlucky on one there. Maybe we can get 3. I've been getting this one a lot. I did miss it on the front. Everything was just inches. I made kind of a bad shot on 7, but aside from 7, everything has just been inches and just, right off the edge and nothing to fall. So, but I have been very good at this hole, so hopefully we can kickstart things a bit on this one. And if you guys haven't noticed, you know, the way that I do this setup from my guides, I've been doing it with all layups. So, you know, you can go for the greens on all the par fives with some globes if you have them, but at the same time, you know, you can play with quarterback as well and also have a lot of success. So this is how I played all my openings, and you know, I encourage this play just because it's kind of the smart play. And what you're going to see me do, I'm going to just kind of size the shot up, and then I'll play the 8 rings real quick. Well, I'll actually play 9 because we're in so much power. And then after I do that there, you're just going to see me jam it back up forward. And that'll just get me in the ballpark, make sure that I'm okay power-wise. If you watched my strategy guides, I did, you know, I was curling this quite a bit. I ended up in the right rough one time, and ever since then I've been kind of backing off on my curl and just staying away from that rough edge. Especially on this account, I have a 135 yard B52. So, you know, of course you can use Goliath and copy my spin exactly if you so choose to do so. Of course, Backbone would work similarly. You don't need a Royal Ball here if you have a Goliath, especially a Goliath 8. You know, he could have got a still away with that drive. One of the things that it does do, if you are a little bit shorter with your drive, the Royal Ball could end up, you know, bailing you out a little bit for that extra length. But, you know, for the most part, all you would have to do is copy my spin on a Goliath or whatever, you know, even a B52 or a Backbone, whatever, as long as you could still get it to the same landing zone, and you can still make the shot. Similarly, with my B52, the reason that we're using this is because accuracy is 100%. It's 100. So I play 1 per ring on this club. Here you're going to see me play about a green grid out to the left there. It just kind of accounts for the green effects. You can see I'm right at max. It says +1, which means that's 1 yard. So I might just barely, because it does short play a little bit, I'm going to just barely play under max adjustment, because you can see the elevation here that we do have an uphill shot. And let's see if we can't get our round jump started here. See how that looks? Just missing again. So you can say, looking at that shot, that I did an over adjustment, or no, I actually under adjusted. So it probably almost did need that full 9 there. But more than anything, it was probably, you know, it was a very large wind. So anticipating that second bounce, I probably just needed to keep it just a hair off that hole, just a little bit more than that full grid that you saw me start my adjustment at. But you know, you can get away with an over adjustment as well, which would have been, you know, equivalent to what I just did there. If I would have over adjusted by an extra quarter ring there, I would have had that. Yep, that's the way this round's been going. So figured I'd just live stream for you guys. Maybe at the very least, maybe this round will get jump started. You know, I'm still not out of it. I'm gonna have to get 4 though. Well, not technically, but I'd like to get 4. And I hit a great ball on the front, so just yet another thing that I did wrong. So, you know, there's a certain spot that I usually land for here, and I am going to just take off just a touch here. And then I play rings pretty much spot up for the most part, 1 to 1. And then I usually curl it some as well. Perfect ball. Let's see if we can't get this going somewhat towards the hole here. It looks like a pretty good depth. I would have liked it maybe just an inch higher, but all things, because it might cut in front of the hole just barely, and it does, but all things considered, you know, decent. You can see this wind for the most part is relatively close to the tournament wind. It's just a little bit more of a side wind. So, you know, when you're setting up your shots and if you're doing things differently from the tournament, you have to, you can't play it the exact same. So, you know, you might want to use a little bit more curl in this scenario because it is a little bit more of a side wind. So whatever you see in my guides, you know, you might want to just go a little bit more if you see a wind like this. But for the most part, you know, the guides are they at least give you a good, you know, starting point. And you just have to always keep in mind, if the wind angle changes, you know, your game has to change. So you got to do something different. Either the spin you got to change, some curl you got to change, something you got to change. But at the very least, we got an eagle there. Picked up another chest. See you, Mateo. Thanks for coming in here. Appreciate you checking it out for a little bit. And I am going to switch my bag up to Apocalypse on this hole. You know, you want to go with your longest driver on this one. If you have to go Royal Ball, highly suggest doing that as well. I don't need to with an Apoc 5, but if I had a Thor 5, for example, that's what I would do. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You know, same with Extra Mile. I've done this with some Extra Miles. Most of it is in Rookie. But, you know, kind of the same type of thing applies to where, you know, it's better if you're going for the same shot that I am, that you put on a little bit more of a power ball and get it down there towards min club in my... Now, on, you know, I threw away a stroke, you know, literally threw it away on the front by hitting a great ball. I feel it was, you know, 95%. Anytime I get down to that min distance, it just comes down to perfect ball, and I expect to make it, you know, 90-95% of the time. So hitting the great ball on the front on this one, you know, I feel like I literally threw away a stroke with a great ball. So, hey guys, how's it going? Hey Ray, thanks for joining. So you see, when you get a 9.1 with a Apoc 5 on, you know, it's really going to get blasted. That's almost tops for a wind, and you're going to see me just back off of this a tiny bit because I don't want it to get too far. And I did catch perfect ball. We're going to be down there. We should be down there, very close to min distance. $88 so far. Not bad. Not bad. You have missed nothing, Chris Coleman. I cannot make anything in this round. It's going horrible. I went from 34 on this account in my opener to basically just edges on everything. So it's not going well. We need at least this one and plus another one. You know, I feel pretty good about 6 and 7. So if I do get this one, you know, I do like my chances. But I can't afford to throw this one away. And right at min, unfortunately. Not happy about that. There's no way I'm going to try this with... There's no way I'm going to try this with end bringer. So I'm gonna find a way to short hit this and just hope that it falls. And there it is. One of the reasons that you see me trying to short hit that is to keep it out of the wind. So going with an end bringer, in my opinion, is far less reliable. I'd rather just try to just kind of visualize the shot a little bit and short hit it. And that's what you see me do, kind of just run it into the cup a little bit. And fortunately enough, I salvaged this. Had I had it on the front side as well, I would probably be playing for the win. But as it stands right now, I'm going to need to make another shot somewhere, which, I've been making 6 and 7 on most. But at the same time, anytime it's a lottery like that, you never can just assume that you're going to make it. Now, what I've been doing on this hole, every time I've been bringing basic ball, it hasn't paid off yet. I have not even gotten a wind high enough. The largest wind that I think I have is maybe 12.1, and not even enough to. Thanks guys. Not even enough to think about going forward on this hole. So what I've been doing is I've been laying up with B52 on this one. So I know that shot relatively well, but at the same time, it's especially needing some strokes. If I get the opportunity to go for this, I'm going to do it. So I have yet to even hit the shot, so I really don't know what it looks like. I've seen a couple videos, but I really didn't pay too much close attention. I don't know if you guys saw that we had the Making a Legends thing, where I was basically mentoring some guys through their tournament rounds, and because of that fact, the guys that I was mentoring had a POC 3s, so I never, ever went for this green so far. And so far in this weekend round and opening round, and that is enticing enough. That's the first time that I'm going to attempt this, but I don't really know where to aim too well. So we're just probably going to, hope for some luck more than anything. I'm going to try to just kind of, I don't know if I can landscape this or not, but I'm going to probably try. And I'm just going to try to hit it up here through and you're going to see that I'm going to favor some top spin more than anything. Let's see, I do have landscape on, good. Let's just see what this looks like. Hopefully it misses the trees too. I was trying to gauge where the trees would be, and didn't do the best job, but not the worst shot either. Probably didn't need landscape, would be my opinion. But at the very least, that's the closest I've been all week, so I'll take it. That's the first attempt that I've even got to go for that. And I probably should have just backed off the landscape, because I did hit that tree on the right. I probably could have done it with regular phone curl there. So if you guys want to use that to your advantage. But let's hope, at the very least, that maybe I can just get it to drop anyways. So that would be ideal if I can still make it from there. I haven't not either had to use Spitfire or Nirvana or B52 yet. So we're going to see my first attempt at anything else. And I don't know in terms of, am I going to have a Thorn? Am I going to have Endbringer? I don't know where I am really. So hopefully we're at Min Thorn. That'd be ideal. There's Min right there. So that's the first thing that you want to do, is you always want to size it up. There's max. I'm going to need to come in on my max adjustment, which is about 4 per ring. You got to come in a little bit on that, especially with globes on, for example. So, I really need to be looking at maybe about 3.5 per ring, 4-ish rings. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's just see what this looks like. It is downhill too. Jeez. Might really take off to the left on me. Let's see what that looks like. Yep, it did. So I was a little hesitant about doing another ring or so because it was downhill and I didn't do it. It was my first attempt at that. And a little disappointing. It would have been nice to have not hit the trees there and just had, you know, an easy eagle end bringer. Would have been nice. I shouldn't have used my landscape curl. Did not really know. But kind of what my intentions were to make sure that I missed the first set of trees more than anything. And I also didn't want to go in that left rough. So I wanted to at least make sure that I put a good amount of curl in that ball. But at the very least, easy eagle, tap in, and we can go for 6 or 7. I need to make one shot on something coming in, minimum. Ideally, you know, I'd like to make at least 6 and 7, and that would put me at, you know, 31 under. And that's assuming that I'm making 8 for eagle. And depending on how 6 and 7 go, is kind of going to determine how aggressive I actually get on 8. What I usually do, if you guys watch my stream, is I've just been, for the most part, just trying to hit it into the center of the green, not getting very aggressive at all, just making sure I guarantee the eagle. And you'll probably see me play it similarly, unless I really need that stroke on 8. Then you're going to see me get a little bit more aggressive and just hope that it rolls through perfect. 86, not bad. Let's see if I can help you guys try to figure out this shootout a little bit. You see, we're kind of up against it. He had a Titan, we have to do it with a snow globe. Not the end of the world, as long as you can. Not the best wind either, though. I recommend kind of, you know, trying to stay away from that high side when you get a bad wind like this. So I'm thinking maybe about 3 top spin and kind of in this fashion right in here. Make sure that you're rotating the screen this way because it's going to be hard to judge otherwise. And aside from that, I do play very close to max here, maybe just a little bit inside max. So I'm thinking 6-ish rings. I might just curl it back just slightly because it is going to want to, you know, take the wind. So more than anything, the great ball cost me, and that's why you're seeing it go up into the a little bit high there. I might have over curled it as well, just a tiny bit on that counter curl shot. But the great ball pushing it to an even lower target really does not help. And that's one of the reasons that you actually see me play this with quarterback or rock. Either, you know, the ring adjustment's going to be the same either way. Just kind of depends on how developed your clubs are more than anything. And I've just been going with Kingmaker here and quarterback. You know, I've just been doing quarterback for the rest of the holes here. I've made 9 once. I've made 6 and 7 a lot. So, you know, I'm really. Thanks for showing up, Jeff. Appreciate you coming out. Try not to work too hard. I don't know if you guys still have rounds to shoot or anything. But, you know, good luck if you guys do. Let's see if we can't get a few things to drop here. I have had pretty good success on this hole. What I've been using is I've been using a Kingmaker with full right spin absolute everything. You're going to see me play it very similar to my opponent here. And just a little bit, I don't quite go as aggressive into that bunker rough void. So, great ball probably going to end up helping him, as I do feel he over adjusted. And you can see very centered there, but it looks like not enough right spin there. I didn't see what he did spin wise, but that is missing out to the right. So what I've been using is I've been going one ring under here. Oh, cool. That's cool. John, you're on the stream. So what I've been doing is I've been doing full Kingmaker. There's a specific spot that I put the ball on. It's a little bit short here, and it's more right towards the fringe, kind of right in there. Right in there. Kind of just like you see that. And, you know, in terms of my ring play, I've been going 8 rings. So I can see that it's kind of at the top of that shadow there. So instead of going 9, I've been going 8. And hoping for perfect ball. I've had a lot of luck with this hole. And I'm really hoping to pick one up here. You know, at the very least, I know it's going to be right on the edge, because I've been all over this sucker. And there you see, I did get it. So we are going to be in good shape. That is at the very least what we needed to get, and we did get it. I did not get it on the front. Very disappointed. It just lipped out. Thanks, John. Thanks, John. John, if you still have the back 9 to do, try to, you know, mimic what I just did there. I think, you know, you can really give yourself a really great chance to do it. I'm not using special balls. I have been killing that thing with Kingmaker. I cannot believe the front 9 missed. I've been making it that much. So, thanks, Kevin. Thanks, guys. We're going to try to keep this streak continuing here. And, you know, I do the same thing with the next shot. Same club. On the front, I actually hit a great ball to the left. One of the things that I can mention, if you guys are going to copy what I'm doing in this stream, if you still have a couple attempts left, do not great ball left. You can great ball right and potentially still make it lower on the hill, but I missed and went higher on the hill, and it was a disaster. So you do not want to miss what I try to do here on the left of perfect ball at all. Same thing here, John. I also tried to do Kingmaker here. You know, if you guys have, you know, special balls, what I recommend is holding on to them, using them for a more useful tournament. You can make these with Kingmakers, and we're playing to win Kingmakers. So it'd really be nice to have movie balls when you can, you know, need a little bit more of a precision shot. Now, I am using movies on 1, but I recommend, you know, if you guys have turkeys, you have movies, just save them. Same with the Cincos. We can get these shots without it. But this looks really good. He's going to really give himself a good chance. This is at least going to lip out. It's going to burn the edge. That was a really good shot. And there it is. So hopefully I can follow suit. Be nice to get this one as well. Try to shoot for the 31 number, maybe even 32. So, you know, everything that I'm doing on my channel, you know, I've been doing universally in this round. So there's a specific spot that I've kind of been aiming, and it's right around here. It's a little bit short of max club on a quarterback 10. That's a great shot by John. Let's see if I can't. In terms of ring adjustment, I've been going at least max, maybe just a tiny bit more since it is going into power. And then curl wise, you can see what I'm doing. And this should be pretty good. So hopefully I get a nice run out and we can, oh yeah, this has a good chance too. You know, kind of same type of thing. If it's gonna miss, it's gonna just miss. So disappointing there, to say the least, especially, you know, hitting my mark as well as I did. I am ready for the 8th hole. You know, I need to go eagle eagle. I'm assuming that I'm going to get eagle eagle, but at the same time, you know, if I leave myself at the 30 number, you know, there's going to be plenty of time for guys to beat me. So I really am kind of thinking at least about, I really wanted to have that 7th hole, because that's just one that I've really been just kind of killing. If you guys want to see my, before I move on, I did get that one once, and I didn't get it in my weekend round at all, but you can see 6, I'm just killing, and it's just not, they're just not quite falling for me this time. And, you know, same with hole 3, you know, I can't get that one going, but here you can see, you know, we're going to keep the same bag. We're going to get slightly aggressive here, but, you know, most importantly, you know, you just want to make sure that you don't make a blunder, especially coming in. So what I do is I stay somewhat, you know, less aggressive, and just try to, you know, instead of putting it way up in here for my setup, I try to go a little bit more over here. And just make sure that second hop is not going, just in case a great ball, you want to make sure that you're short to where it's not going to cost you. So that's what I've been doing. And aside from that, you know, 9 rings almost, 8.7. I've been playing it very one to one here, even though it's not at max club. You know, it's more of an overplay, and with the side spin, you know, it's been going well. I've been doing well on this hole. You know, I expect to get it. So, you know, more than anything, I'm going to just play up safe here, and we'll just try to hopefully get 9. I have got it a few times, and it would be nice to get it again, because, you know, it just a little bit disappointing in the way that, you know, especially 4 on the front. I'm just looking at, you know, this round. And, you know, there's just a couple shots that I'm a little disappointed in shooting, but overall, you know, it's going relatively well, and I think you guys can have similar success by just, you know, kind of copying my land zones. And they're seeing, unfortunately, just a little bit long. Hopefully he can get that to perfect ball from there. And that's one of the reasons that you see me set up a little bit short. Even if I did great ball there to the left with quarterback, it has such good accuracy. You know, I would basically assume that I'm still going to make it. And it's just gonna, you know, very aggressively hit the left edge of the rough. So if you can really focus on where I'm putting the second hop, you know, I'm doing it for a reason. I'm putting it exactly where I want it, where I feel like I can great ball left, I can great ball right, and at the very least, I'm going to have a pitch from the fairway. So I've been playing this hole very conservatively, and that's really what I recommend for you guys as well. It's going to increase your overall percentage on this hole in the expert division, and you know, just try to focus on, you know, all those landing zones, second bounce hops. You know, the way that I put the spin on, it's more critical than, you know, necessarily using a quarterback 10. If you do have to do it with a quarterback, so on my other account, I have to do it with a quarterback 8, which means I don't have the top spin, and I actually have to land a little bit more aggressively. So just try to focus on that second hop, and, you know, even if you don't have the exact same stats as me, not a big deal. You can just try to mirror my second hop. and that's the goal, which means that you have to change your first fairway because it doesn't have quite the top spin. So since you have to take off some of the top spin because you don't have it on a quarterback 8, for example, you just try to focus on that second hop and just try to mirror it with your quarterback 8 or rock, whatever it is. So that's the critical part. And that is a pretty good shot there. Anything inside 4, definitely good. Let's see what we got. A little bit of a downwind. We do have a good driver here. All things considered, I'm probably going to go for a rough hop here. Might as well. We got quarterback on. This is kind of what it's for. In the tournament, you saw what I did, but notice how I'm changing my spin. I'm upping my backspin because of the angle of this wind. And, you know, these are the type of things, especially if you guys get into shootout, those are the kind of things that you want to focus on. And you will definitely improve your game if you're always thinking about wind angle and direction, how it's going to change from scenario to scenario. And let's see what we can get here. Looks like I'm a little outside. That's a little disappointing. So notice I was keeping it out to the right intentionally. And one of the reasons that you see that is because I'm trying to predict the, second, third bounces with a side wind like that. It's going to come in more left than what you see. And that's why it's a little bit disappointing to see my shot kind of go like that, because I expected it to be much more on the hole, kind of like how you saw me play it on 1 there. And, same kind of thing applies here for hole 9. We're ready to go. I haven't been doing anything aggressive on this hole either. I'm going to just clear out this chest because, I think there's a very good chance that I'm going to win it. Might as well just clear it out. Maybe I'll get a gold. But you see that to get to the 30 number, I need an eagle. And if you guys have been following my guide, especially with quarterback, we can virtually guarantee eagle. If you guys follow my guide, we're just going to use full top. We're not going to do anything fancy. Just keep in mind that when you position this ball, that you need to be a little careful and, focus on the wind angle. Anytime that you curl, it's going to go more than if you were just to do it straight. So you can't just put it, where you feel comfortable with the wind angle. You need to go kind of a little bit extra when you go and use this curl like I am. But, perfect ball, great ball, really not going to matter. We're going to just be playing it very centered, very straight, and just put it in play. That's the biggest tip that I can give you guys on this hole, is to just not even bring anything. You're shooting to a downhill target, so you have to consider extra rings. My quarterback, for example, you have to be looking 12 rings on an 8, for example, because it's shooting. You can see it right here that you're shooting to a lower elevation. It's going to play more wind, and what I've been seeing is a lot of guys missing on the right edge. I almost win this hole outright every time I play it, because just everybody is not correcting enough for the wind. So hopefully you guys, in my channel here and following along, at the very least, just kind of, be strategic with the way that you set it up there, and I think you guys will have great success. So what you can see that I'm doing with my spin here, essentially no top spin, just a hair, and almost full right. Now I have been coming off a little bit because I've been missing right a couple times. So you're going to see me come off a little bit, and I kind of aim at the top of this shadow here. Aside from that, I play very spot on, 1 per ring. So you're going to see 8.6. We're going to go very close to 8.6 rings. Perfect ball. We're giving ourselves a chance. It might not go in, but I can tell you we're going to have good speed, and it has the chance. But as you can see, it does just miss to the outside, unfortunately. This is kind of a fickle shot, very hard. Would have been nice to get I don't expect to win gold here with, kind of the way that I performed. But all things considered, we have an epic tiebreaker, and, that's going to work favorably for us. But all things considered, in this round, a little bit disappointing to just see it, not quite work out. It's just kind of disappointing to see so many shots just, just left or just right. The best thing you can do is just kind of hang in there, do what you guys can, and, don't ever get too much down on yourself, and just hang in there. And, hopefully, you never know. You can at any point, you can just go on a 3-hole run. So, just kind of hang in there. I have one of my accounts where, in the weekend rounds, I eagled 1 through 9. So, it can happen. You just got to, take every shot, and, just don't give up and hang in there. And, hopefully you guys will be able to finish off strong, get some golds, get some medals at least. We did solid for you guys here. If you guys have been following along this whole time, I did do, since you guys have been in here, I did 16 under for you guys in this stream. But just didn't have it on the front. So, maybe this round was good just to kind of, jump start things a little bit, because it definitely didn't hurt me. I did better in the stream than I did out of the stream. So, you're going to see I'm going to play this very close to 1 per. That's not going to be very good. So, I missed my landing zone. It shot out to the right. Plus, another thing that you have to always, in those downwind, it's going to jump forward. So, these are things that you need to be thinking about. If you set up like I did more on the hole, you have to be thinking, which I wasn't. You got to do something a little bit extra to get the ball back online. It's going to jump forward and change angles a little bit. And that's why you're seeing it shoot off to the right. So if you were to curl that back to the left to kind of counter that, then, it would have been much tighter and probably been within, half a ring, or, I probably could have gotten it. That's also a really good shot. So anytime you can do that, that hop shot on the bunker, that fairway can be a little inconsistent, so that was definitely well played. But you guys can see, all things considered, there's a lot of 30 unders in this bracket. There's 5 so far. And in terms of my tiebreaker, I have everybody covered. But it's hard to know whether or not this is going to hold or not. It may hold, but if it does, this is one of kind of the weaker brackets, because this is a master. Let me just show you guys. We are in master division. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but masters and expert are separated. So you can see my account here. It's master. You can see that banner at the top, the 5120, where it has master. That means the only people I'm playing, I can show you guys, the only people in my entire division also have master. So, and that's going to be universal. Doesn't matter if it's the guy in second, doesn't matter if it's the guy in 10. I'm only playing against master opponents in expert anymore. So just want to make sure that you guys are 100% clear on that. That even if I go rookie, even if I go pro, even if I go expert, I'm playing other masters opponents. And that's it. That's the way that this game's divided anymore. All these guys in the bracket are also in masters. So if you don't want to play against other masters players, or if you feel that your game or clubs aren't there, then what I suggest is not putting yourself in the highest leagues. But if you want to play against the hardest brackets, you know, that's what you're going to want to do. But like I said, you know, I'm not holding my breath. If somebody beats me, you know, congratulations. You know, I wish everybody luck being able to get to that 30, especially if it's for their first win. Like, you know, hopefully somebody in my division can come overtake me still. You know, winning a gold isn't really a big deal to me. So, you know, I wish everybody in my bracket luck here. You know, the only thing that I'd hate to see is, you know, 29, 28, and I just continue to fall down, you know, 10 spots at a time. It's a little, you know, it just kind of shows you guys, you know, the importance of your tiebreakers, and try to do the best that you can to always, you know, just kind of focus on those rounds, put up those numbers that you guys want in the early stages, just to have those awesome tiebreakers come weekend time. So, you know, keep all that in mind. But, you know, I want to thank you guys for showing up here. Aside from that, you know, good luck with your guys' rounds if you guys aren't done. And hope you guys, you know, smash it out of the park. And if you do, feel free to post, comment, you know, on any of my groups, Legends, Learn or Burn. If you guys want to go on Facebook, post your scorecards, feel free to do so. I'll do the best that I can to keep up with those. So good luck with you guys in the tournament who haven't completed, and see you guys next time.